Who has heard of Machu Picchu, one of the seven wonders of the world? Today I will be discussing the mystery of Machu Picchu and how it was rediscovered hundreds of years later. I think this information is important to learn because it's considered to be one of the most important heritage sites in the world. I have gone to Machu Picchu, and being able to know a little bit of its history made it even more breathtaking to be able to experience it in person. First, I will be talking about how the Incas have lived and how the Spaniards took over. Secondly, I will talk about how Machu Picchu was rediscovered around 400 years later. Let's discuss how the Incas have lived around the 14th century in the Andes. The Andes is known for being the home of one of the seven wonders of the world, Machu Picchu. Machu Picchu was built in the 14th century, where they lived unbothered for many years due to its hidden location. Machu Picchu has around 200 buildings, which the Incas individually shaped and carved gray granite stone to fit perfectly with each other, which took them years. According to scientists, it is one of the greatest mysteries as to how they were able to do this and build a city structured with blocks of stones weighing around 22 tons. In the book Machu Picchu, Exploring an Ancient Sacred Center, published in 2007, Dr. Reinhard believes that the stones used to build the structure came from somewhere else, since the stones would be almost impossible to move by hand, and that advanced technology must have been involved. Salazar stated that the Inca king Pachacuti, his family, and other Incas created this hidden city as a place where they can worship natural resources and the sun, which they believed was a god. In their book Machu Picchu, Unveiling the Mystery of the Incas, published in 2003. It is also believed that this city was meant for only the highest rank of Incas and their families. During this time, Quechua was the language being spoken, and till this day some people in the mountains still speak it. A typical day for the Incas during this time would be farming, playing a sport similar to soccer, and of course worshipping their gods. This was their daily routine for about 100 years until the Spaniards took over. They conquered and started killing most of the Inca population in nearby cities. When the Spanish discovered Peru and how it was rich in gold, they knew the only way they can have it all was by stealing it. This city was abandoned for about 400 years until Hiram Bingham rediscovered it by following the Inca Trail, which led to Machu Picchu, which he named the Lost City of the Incas in 1911. After the Spaniards took over and ruled for around 40 years, and the rest of the Incas left Machu Picchu for unknown reasons. In his article, Pizarro and the Fall of the Inca Empire, published in 2016, Mark Cartwright states how he suspects that they left because of smallpox brought by the Spaniards, who killed around 50 to 90% of the Incan population. Keep in mind, the Spaniards took over a nearby city, Cusco, and were never able to find Machu Picchu because of its hidden location. Unlike other cities, Machu Picchu was never touched nor destroyed. So after the Incas left, Machu Picchu was left untouched for around 400 years until Bingham rediscovered it. Bingham was able to share his discovery. Little did he know it would be studied by archaeologists, geologists, anthropologists, engineers for a century to come. This is according to Greenmeyer in her article, Centennial Anniversary, Bingham Rediscovers the Lost City of Machu Picchu. Shortly after Bingham's death, there was many conspiracies that a German entrepreneur actually was the first to rediscover Machu Picchu in 1867 when a map and notes were found. Now, this is just a conspiracy discussed by Michael Marshall in his article Incan Lost City, looted by German businessman, created in 2008. Now that we have discussed what happened to the Incas and how there has been conspiracies on Bingham not being the first to discover the sacred city. I first discussed how the Incas lived and how the Spaniards took over, and secondly, I discussed why the Incas might have left and how Machu Picchu was rediscovered 400 years later. Overall, I hope you have learned a small piece of Machu Picchu's history and how it has impacted history.